who is eager to join Marmoush, who recently scored a stunning direct free kick in midweek, netted a goal and provided an assist in Frankfurt's 3-2 victory over Stuttgart yesterday. Now, in just 16 appearances across all competitions, the 25-year-old forward has scored 14 goals and assisted 10 times. Given his form, it's no surprise that Marmoush is attracting interest from top clubs, including Liverpool, Manchester City, and other Premier League and European teams. Reports suggest that Liverpool may have the upper hand over their rivals. Last week, German outlet Bild revealed that both United and Chelsea are in the race, but Marmoush's dream is reportedly to join Liverpool, following in the footsteps of his idol, Salah. Yesterday, Football Insider reported that Manchester City have also entered the race to sign Marmoush, who is wanted by Liverpool, and that a £60 million fee would be required to bring him to the Premier League in January. According to TDF, the former Wolfsburg man would be open to a move, especially to Liverpool should he leave Frankfurt. Arne Slot's side has been impressive across all areas this season, but one area where they could still improve is the number 9th position. Darwin Núñez and Diogo Jota have been the primary forwards at Anfield. Núñez has made 8 Premier League appearances, Jota 7, and both have scored 2 goals each so far this term. Should Liverpool bid £60 million for Omar Marmoush? It's been quite some time since Liverpool last made a central defender signing. 2 summers now, despite the departure of Joel Matip during that period. While things have been working out well so far, the Reds can't afford to take too many risks. One injury could leave them thin in defense, and it's clear they'll need to address this before it becomes a problem. According to Team Talk, Liverpool are keen on bringing in a new central defender, regardless of whether Virgil van Dijk signs a new contract. They've set their sights on Crystal Palace's Marc Guéhi, who has been in stellar form for some time. This isn't the first time Liverpool have been linked with Guéhi. It's been reported that the £80 million rated defender is ready to turn down Newcastle United in favor of a move to Anfield. His stock has been rising for the past 2 years. His strong performances for Crystal Palace, combined with an injury to Harry Maguire, earned him a spot in the England squad for the Euros, where he impressed. During a rather average England campaign, Guéhi stood out, forming a solid partnership with John Stones in defense and playing a key role in their run to the final. It seems only a matter of time before he takes a major step in his career, and a move to Liverpool would be an ideal next step. Let's see how things unfold for the England international, and whether a transfer to Anfield becomes a reality soon. Arne Slot's leadership praised by Richards. Arne Slot's start to life as Liverpool manager has been impressive, and Micah Richards highlighted the involvement of one key player as an example of Slot's leadership style. Speaking on The Rest is Football, Richards said, "I think Konate has been brilliant for Slot. Do you remember at the start of the season when he started Quansah, who wasn't aggressive enough? Slot showed his leadership by saying, 'No problem, I'll make the change.' Konate has been a standout performer this season, and his displays have earned him praise from fans and pundits alike. During the Reds' recent win over Villa, Jacob Ramsey learned firsthand just how dominant the Frenchman can be. It's not just Konate's performances that have impressed, but his consistency and availability. Liverpool's backline, with him alongside Virgil van Dijk, has been one of the best in the league, contributing heavily to their top positions in both the Premier League and Champions League. Let's hope this excellent form continues for Konate and that he remains a key figure in Liverpool's success this season. Big Trent Alexander-Arnold news expected soon. Trent Alexander-Arnold caused some concern among Liverpool fans when he pulled up during Saturday's 2-0 win over Aston Villa. The England international raised alarms by signaling a potential hamstring issue to the physio team on the pitch. Connor Bradley was quickly introduced at the 25-minute mark, as Liverpool were still uncertain about the extent of the injury. Fortunately, it seems the Reds have avoided a major setback, with the vice-captain identifying the problem early. Paul Joyce confirmed a major injury boost for Liverpool on X, formerly Twitter, on Monday morning. The 26-year-old academy graduate now looks set to take full advantage of the rest afforded by the international break in November. Most importantly, he appears on track to feature in several key matches later in the month. Arne Slot might avoid risking Trent against Southampton. Depending on how Trent Alexander-Arnold recovers during the international break, Liverpool could opt to keep Connor Bradley at right back for the trip to Southampton. No disrespect to Southampton, who are currently at the bottom of the Premier League, but Liverpool's more difficult fixtures lie further ahead, making it sensible to avoid rushing Alexander-Arnold back if he isn't fully recovered by November 24th. We'll have to wait and see how things develop in that regard. Arteta blames injury nightmare for Arsenal's struggles. Liverpool extended their lead at the top of the Premier League this weekend, while Arsenal, chasing a top 4 spot, dropped more points. After the match, Mikel Arteta addressed the media and was asked whether he thought his side could close the 8-point gap to Arne Slot's team. He responded, "There's nothing we can change today. What I'm praying for is that after the international break, I have the team fully fit, physically ready and available because the last 8 weeks have been a nightmare. Issue after issue." It was a clear attempt to shift blame onto injuries for Arsenal's poor form, something Arteta and the Arsenal fan base have been highlighting in recent weeks. However, with Liverpool in excellent form, the absence of key players such as Alisson Becker, Diogo Jota, Federico Chiesa, Harvey Elliott, and now Trent Alexander-Arnold hasn't been widely discussed. Arteta's excuses continue. Arteta has been making excuses for Arsenal's results in recent weeks. After our draw with the Gunners, Virgil van Dijk dismissed these excuses, laughing off the comments coming from the Emirates. It's becoming a bit embarrassing to see Arteta continuously grasping at straws in his press conferences. Let's hope the gap between us and Arsenal only grows, especially as the frustration from North London intensifies. Liverpool, Arsenal, and Man City's next 5 Premier League games compared. After Arne Slot's impressive weekend, Liverpool couldn't have asked for a better weekend of Premier League football. Arsenal and Chelsea ended up drawing, ensuring that the gap between Liverpool and the second-place Gunners stayed at a healthy 9 points. Meanwhile, Arne Slot and his staff had Fabian Hürzeler to thank for a brilliant second-half comeback against Manchester City at the Amex Stadium. The only minor disappointment from the weekend is that Liverpool will now have to pause their momentum due to the international break. Liverpool could pull ahead in the title race this December. While it's far too early to declare the title race over, given that the season isn't even a third of the way through, Paul Merson's comment about a potential 12-point gap between top spot and Arsenal seems plausible. It could be very hard for the Gunners to make up that much ground. Right now, though, the title race is still wide open. Liverpool's next 5 Premier League fixtures. The return of relegation-threatened teams after the international break always carries a hidden danger. Southampton, currently with only 4 points and 1 win in the 2024/25 season, will certainly be no different in that regard. However, with the greatest respect, it's hard to look past Liverpool's next big test, a clash with Pep Guardiola's out-of-form Manchester City. We suspect the Sky Blues won't be on a run of 4 consecutive losses by the time they visit Anfield. After that, Liverpool's fixtures look tough, with Newcastle now back in form after wins over Arsenal and Nottingham Forest. Hopefully, the return of key players like Alisson Becker will help smooth the Reds' transition into December. Manchester City's next 5 Premier League fixtures. Is it an ideal time to face Tottenham? After the international break, you could argue yes, given that Ange Postecoglou's side has lost 3 of their last 5 league matches, leaving them mid-table. They did manage a surprise 2-1 win over Manchester City in the League Cup, which might offer a glimmer of hope for their rivals. Beyond their match against Nottingham Forest at home in December, one of the most interesting fixtures will be